GROOPHY fans, that's those that are fans of Fina and Groovy's relationship. Guys, there is drama in your ship. Oh. But first, before I go into details, guys, if you're watching this channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Please hit on that red button that says subscribe. Please, we're trying to grow this channel to 500 subscribers. Thank you. So, GROOPHY fans, there's problem in your ship. When GROOPHY was moving to level 1 house, he told Daniella, who is supposed to be his bestie and his confidant in the house, that he was worried that if he got to level 1 house and he saw Chumsy, he could mess up what he had begun with Fina. Remember that gist, right? Yeah. Well, Fina told Groovy these exact words he told Daniella in confidence, and she said Daniella told her. Groovy tells Daniella that he is worried that he cannot trust her anymore, as he expected her to keep his confidence, to keep what he told her in confidence secret, you get. Daniella says she never said those words to Fina. She claims she never told Fina anything Groovy discussed with her. But Groovy is wondering how Fina found out, because he only said those words to Daniella and Fina quoted his statement verbatim. Daniella insisted she didn't spill the beans to Fina. So guys, how did Fina find out? Like, Groovy wonders, and me too, I'm wondering, how did Fina find out? Is it because she's an Edo babe? Like, did she come with, jazz to the house to know what Groovy told Daniela in secret about their relationship? Like, how did she do it? So, right after Groovy speaks with Daniela about the issue concerning keeping what he told her in confidence, considering the conversation he had with Daniela about Fina made its way to Fina's ears, Daniela goes straight to the HOH house and spills the whole conversation she had with Groovy to Dotun. That didn't seem to satisfy her. She left the HOH house, came to Allison and spilled the whole conversation to Allison, like Daniela is doing too much already. While speaking to Allison, Eluswag joined them in the conversation. And even then, Daniela did not seem at all to, she wasn't bothered that she was once again divulging Groovy's private conversation with her to a third party. She carried on spilling to the hearing of Eluswag. For Groovy's sake, I hope he knows that he cannot trust Daniela with his business. She cannot keep her mouth shut, like it is so obvious. And for someone who slipped and fell into a sexual relationship with Dotun barely 2 weeks after her boyfriend Kadid left the house, she is pretty judgmental about the circumstance. But let's move on to the Groovy fans, those that are in support of the ship between Groovy and Fina. So last night, the Groovy fans were so happy, girl was in her element, she was dishing vibes upon vibes. However, those happy vibes Fina was dishing were brought on by Fina's unlimited access to alcohol. For the longest time, Fina fans have been bothered that their girl was becoming too calm, because that's not the reason they fell in love with her or made her their fave. When Fina got into a ship with Groovy, Groovy sought to help her curb her drinking, as he considered it excessive. Fina can drink for breakfast, lunch and dinner if you allow her. It is who she is, and she has never really cared to be any different till Groovy happened to her. Groovy believed that there was a better way of going over the drinking stuff with Fina. He says that when Fina is high, she can hurt herself and he has to look out for her, which is very true. So they came to an agreement that if Fina is going to drink, then he has to be in the know and sign up on it first. But as Fina fans know, and like I always say, Groovy may make the rules, but Fina was born to break the rules. Like, you cannot really cage Fina. She's her own person. So Fina made a unilateral decision to get back to her drinking regimen without recourse to Groovy's opinion on the matter. Groovy tried to tell her that she is breaking a vital rule in their relationship. He reminded her that she fell in the bathroom and hurt herself the other day because she was high. He said he was worried for her and has to look out for her when she is high. He says that her drinking reminds him of some traits in Beauty. While Beauty drank and got violent with others, Fina drinks and hurt herself. He went on to say that Fina embarrassed him yesterday when she was high with certain pronouncements she made about their relationship in front of other housemates. But Fina was not interested in all this capping and yarning. Fina doesn't want to be censored. She doesn't want her drinking controlled. She said that drinking is part of her. She always has a drink in hand. It is who she is, and it is normal for her. it is Groovy who finds it abnormal, and she has no intention of changing that for Groovy. She is pissed, or she was pissed rather, that Groovy compared her to Beauty. She was upset that he said that she embarrassed him when she was high earlier yesterday. I seem to think that these two statements have blocked any hope of Groovy getting through to her rationally. Fina then asked Groovy to feel free to end the relationship and take a walk if he cannot deal with who she is, because she will not change for him. Fina. Okay. Oh. Well, guys, I seem to understand Groovy on this one. If Fina gets high and hurts herself in the process, then she really needs to control her drinking, yeah? Groovy mentioned an episode where she fell in the bathroom because she was high, and that is very dangerous. If Fina really does have a tendency to lose control to the point of hurting herself when she is high, then it is the duty of her partner, that is Groovy, to care for her. And part of looking out for her is helping her control her alcohol intake. Don't you think so? I also understand that why Groovy is highlighting his issue with Beauty. It was barely few weeks ago Beauty got disqualified from acting out violently due to excessive anger and irrational behavior powered by alcohol abuse. Groovy was traumatized. He doesn't want to see that happen yet again with another woman he is with on this same show. Plus, merely seeing Fina high and out of control would invariably bring up bitter memories of Beauty, which is most definitely a trigger for him. That said, I understand Fina as well. She is who she is, and if she's happy with her life as it is, then she doesn't want to be stifled by Groovy or relationship. She would rather have a man who loves her for her vibes and would be happy to share a bottle with her at any time of the day. She probably is not feeling herself as she would without alcohol, and like she said rather, it is hard to deal with the challenges in the Big Brother house completely sober. She understands herself, and she understands the role alcohol plays for her in a show like this. She needs the buzz that alcohol gives to be able to portray the personality that endears her to her fans on this show. A lot of Fina fans find sober Fina boring. They do not appreciate the cool and calm personality that Fina interaction with Groovy generates. They didn't subscribe to BBN to watch Love and Light. They want the Fina Buzz vibes. Furthermore, regardless of how valid a person's point is, no woman wants to be compared to any man's ex at all. Fina was very pissed with Groovy for, the comparison he made between herself and Beauty. Like, she was really mad at him for that. And Groovy has come out to apologize to her several times. But I think both parties are valid in their position. And to that end, I agree with both parties in this case. Nevertheless, they could have come to an understanding if Fina was willing to meet Groovy halfway. But what Fina did instead was to stonewall Groovy and push him away. Perhaps she has had enough of the relationship that they have, or the alcohol in her system was still doing the talking as her last night. But anyways, as at this morning, I think they've buried the hatchet and they are moving on with their ship. But let's see how far the whole thing goes. Will they really give themselves space? Because one of them was asking for space. I think Fina was asking for space. Abi Groovy was saying he wanted to give Fina space, sort of. So let's see how the whole thing plays out, because this ship stuff is already getting somehow. Anyways, guys, despite the whole capping, see, I'll be ending this video here. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Leave a thumbs up for me on this video, and also comment. Let me know your thoughts concerning this Groovy Fina relationship thing. I'll see you in my next video.